Hello everyone, peace be with you. Welcome to this Jacko Club's production. Today we are going to be jumping into the much beloved fantastical world of Tamriel. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for being here. Please consider liking, subscribing, and ringing the bell button for notifications if you do. You can find us on various social media platforms linked in the description below. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Get ready.
Okay.
Trouble ahead.
So the question is not how do I get past this trap. We've answered that question already. What I'm really more concerned about is those things up there. That's a nod from the game developers that there's going to be a decent amount of enemies I'm going to be able to make use of that for. But I don't know for sure. I'm going to have to lure them there, so on and so forth. And what's going to like jump me once I get past those doors. I see a little lip right there, so tell me we ought to be careful. We'll make this a little more difficult too, because that means running through might not be the best option. We might find ourselves having an extra blade on the other side of this trap. That might make us wish we had taken a little bit more carefully. So we're going to sneak our way through this guy. Oh, didn't quite make it. Boothgard is gonna get wrecked. I can tell you that already. Oh, like I am. Oh, it's going wrong. Oh, oh no! Oh no! Our dear friend Jack did not have enough fiber energy. Apparently, he was not at his best. Let's try that again. My bad. Well, nothing jumped us last time, so look at that. Go with your gut, ladies and gentlemen. Shouldn't have overthought it, that's what I get. I was right about one thing, though. There was a blade waiting for us, like, right away. And we're gonna get to use this thing. The Papa. Let there be light. We fathers have a way of saying that. Oh well, come to daddy. Oh, such a disappointment. We fathers also have a way of saying that. Anything useful over there? No. Alright. Let's try and redeem ourselves after that abysmal trap display. Looks like these things were up here too. Ah, we could have made use of that to get the guy. Depot. Oh, wow. We took care of him the old-fashioned way. Tight corner. Be a little bit sneaky going around them, especially with opening doors too. Right. My Indiana Jones is tingling. Keep off those just in case. I know because I've played Skyrim before, they don't do anything, but it doesn't really make sense for Dragonborn. So brash about it. No, I did that on accident, but what this is a method for the good team at Bethesda to infuriate and remove from the player pool a very large amount of their audience. Yeah, so you can't imagine as a kid how much time I spent running around the cave, like this whole barrow, looking for anything that would tell me what these three things were meant to be changed to. And it's all right here. It's all on the claw. Like, I just assumed that when our friendly thief the Swift was mentioning that the claw was of use, I just figured it was the keyhole thing. Because, well, that part's obvious. I was assuming the rest would be just as obvious as the rest of the puzzle. So I just kept looking around for it, and of course, here it was. So, I decided to stick around despite that, despite losing like a half hour of my life to something frankly really easy that was not that rewarding to find out. But hazard to guess that not everyone did. Bear, butterfly, owl. Now that's something I wonder. Is that different every time, or is that consistent? I'm gonna guess it's consistent. Because I think I may have even not found it and just looked it up and used what the internet told me the answers were, and not so much where to find the answers. I was so just done at that point, I didn't really care. But there we go. And we know that plays before future reference. All of the claws have that kind of puzzle with them. And there is a cool feature that once you get past that hump, you realize that every time you go and find one of those claws out in the wilderness, you know there's a barrel attached to it. I think there's a door somewhere that will open. Batman? Batman here? No? Okay. Not at all sus. Yeah, that is very interesting. But I am a Nord, and I will not be intimidated. Uthgar, the wall's touching me. I don't know if I like it. But, I guess we'll just let it happen. Okay, alright then. Oh, Alfred! Alfred, you're alive! Oh, that's not Alfred. Man. I don't know what circumstances he died under, but his first act when being resurrected was to shout at a woman. I guess relatable. There's probably a lot of men who have that in their story. Would be the state they're in immediately after waking up from being dead. Anyways, that guy went down like a chump. So not much to show for that, but we do have some cool loot. This is telling me that we may have been too easy. I went with just a standard. Probably should have upped the difficulty a little bit. I might still be able to do that. But so this is an enchanted weapon. It has an added effect. Still does less damage overall than his base damage is less on the hammer, but the overall damage is going to be higher because it has those 5 points of frost damage, which will linger on an enemy. And you can kind of, like I was talking about earlier, if you are in Skyrim, part of what makes it so accessible and replayable is that it really sticks to the core elements of fantasy. And you can intuit that a frost weapon is going to be particularly useful against an enemy that's like fire-based, or that looks like it couldn't take the cold. Like me, in real life. I have a space heater going all summer long. I'm going to stick to Warhammer right now, though, because this little bar here, we know that enchantments don't. They do have limited amount of uses, so I'm going to save this guy for when we're going up against an enemy particularly susceptible to frost. Which I recall correctly in this game would be elves. We did also pick up that weird dragon stone. We don't know canonically what the wall touch did to us. We're gonna keep calling it that for right now. The uncomfortable wall touch. We don't know what that did, but we have a neat stone and an interesting story to tell. Another hour and a half here. Well, let's make the most use of it as we can. Try and get through probably one more storyline. Oh, not storyline, I suppose, but get the idea. Portion of the quest. Interesting. So apparently, someone decided, hey, you know what would be a good idea? Instead of just putting a normal door with a lock and a lever, we should put a stone slab with a lever. Because that's naturally more stealthy. Okay. If I stop to question everything that did not make sense in life, I would probably spend most of my life stopped. Not that it doesn't make sense, like I can't make sense of such things, of course, but there's always a reason people do things the way they do. And you really learn a lot from the mistakes people make. It tells you what is unique about them, as opposed to just how are they responding organically to, to an environment. If they do what anyone else would be expected to do, you just know that they're vanilla, so to speak, which isn't a bad thing, but not much useful information. Mistakes. It will tell you a lot about a person, or a game developer, so on and so forth. In that case, yeah, I guess maybe I see now. Learning that it's not a mistake, that's an option too. If I was a raider and I came through this way, I would not know that that's a door. That part of the sanctum. That makes sense of the stone slab. It's not supposed to be hidden from the other side. It's supposed to be hidden from this. That's what I was looking for in the water. I thought it was a tree, but apparently it's a moose. Greetings. Okay. So, realistically, I don't know where I am. There's a fire over there, but there is also a fort there, so maybe that's a place to check out. I don't know if there's a fire. I don't know who's friendly or not over there, but it does look a little friendlier than our old castle does. Be more on our way back to Skyrim. Not the fire. Or not that way. That's the way we're looking. Okay, so we don't really want to go that way. Do I, though? Do I really not want to go that way? I want adventure. That's what we came here for. World's not going to end just yet. I can take a second. What is up with this? How did a castle end up in the lake? Mood crab. Ah! This is Maryland. I am plagued by subpar football teams. Accurate depiction of Baltimore. Let's head in here and see what's going on. What? What happened here? My man's been pretty much, actually, I'm gonna assume, based on the fact that he's dead, this was not his idea. So that rules out one of the things it could be. Give this man some peace. Open his shackles, except it won't let his body fall. I guess he's permanently stuck there. And bury it. That's the name. Looks like a case of murder. We are the Dragonborn, so that's not gonna be alright with us. Someone pretty nasty lives here. You say you don't see that every day, but in Skyrim, I'm getting the sense, Uthgar, that this stuff might be more common than any of us like to admit. Whatever the cause of this is, let's go put a stop to it. Again, miners, I gotta keep opening some stuff. let's do that now, since we have his journal. I'll probably tell us what we're getting ourselves. Use this too. Learn a spell there. Not really the Nords' thing to use magic. To some extent, associated with dark entities. So we more lore on that at another point, but essentially the entity responsible for magic existing in the world, who's the kind of the member of the Pantheon associated with magic, not a friend to humanity. He is somewhat a friend to elves, it's kind of but not a friend to humanity, and the Nords are very passionate about that. Other types of humans are less worried about that sort of thing, but the Nords are very particular on that. So you won't find a lot of Nord mages. Like I said, there's a lot more to get in. That was a very crude way of saying it because I didn't want to go to too much detail. Don't want to spoil Skyrim's ability to introduce that to everyone later. So right now, really gets the gist across. But unfortunately, see last words of our fisherman. A decent catch of fish is getting harder to come by. Without a good spot soon, I don't think we'll survive the next winter. So I'm traveling south towards Lake Ilinalta. Folks say it's cursed. The whole Imperial fort just sank into the water one day, and they say the ruins have been haunted since. When I asked, I got ghost stories. Tales of people who went out near the lake and never came back. They say spirits haunt the hallways of the sunken fort and steal the little children from their mother's cribs. No amount of coin would convince any of the nearby villagers to guide me there. So I'm following the White River. Waiter. Divines protect me. I hope the stories are not true. Well, whatever got to him. Seems like, unfortunately, Divines did not have employed for him. About that corpse earlier. Nothing too urgent in that for Fisherman's Journal, and he clearly has been dead for quite a while. So if it was murder, we have a little bit of time to put around the crime scene. Check out another. If you were reading this, I am most likely dead. A group of bandits ransacked my home and took most everything valuable I own. The worst is they took a pendant that has been in my family for many generations. Most of my family is dead, so that pendant was the last connection I had with any of them. I'm going after those scoundrels and getting my pendant back, even if it is the death of me. Shame, I guess I did pick it up, didn't I? Girl. I got this from the chest. Yes, I thought I had necklace resist shock. That may have been it as well. I think the necklace of resist shock I got from Elegant. So this must be talking. Or I forget. I feel like the note said what kind of pendant it was, but there's no one to return it to, so it doesn't really matter that I get that right. This is just Arvel. If I thought to read this back in the day, would have told me how to use that cloth, but back to figuring out what's going on here. Show yourselves, demons. Ah, as I suspected. Necromancer, is this not haunted? Just haunted by men, not the undead. Well, it's a good thing else. I don't like to strip one. Oh, a human heart. That should be disposed of properly, so we'll take that. They have to bring somewhere else in order to give it a proper burial. Uh-oh. Looked like the more kind of hearts these guys have been collecting. So these come from a group here called the Forsworn. We'll learn more about later. Take those, because those are valuable. Body. Oh, no trust. I don't really. Listen, just practically to get by in this game, you have to. Some of these books give you skills when you read them. I'm not gonna go through all of them because I don't want to waste that kind of time while I'm streaming. But another really cool thing about Skyrim, Outer School in general, you could actually read all of these books. They're not full books, but they all do have content in. Oh, looks like there's another necromancer. Oh, that was a lady. Oh well, can't put it back. Put clothes onto a dead body, it still stays in the most undressed state it was, so. Oh well. Ironically, the drawing board, in my mind, wouldn't be doing any of those things. We'll just say that they are left fully clothed. It'd be interesting to play the game one time with that actual challenge, but I just don't think it'd make for an enjoyable vanilla stream. Let's slow down the pacing in such a way that you really have to be there for challenges more so than trying to follow along with the story, which is not what we're going for with this. Some nice potions there that'll help us out later. Following our way through very sacrilegious necromancers, putting 3 heads on each pike. Some symbolism there. 3 being the ancient Hebrew and modern Judeo-Christian number for that which is sacred, for the number of God himself, perfection. So that's a little nod to that. God is being. Oh, another woman accidentally stripped. These guys having devoted their lives to committing sacrilege against the most sacred life. So, cool little sign thing, nod from the creators of the Skyrim. Now, as is tradition, with our opponents that are of the dishonorable dead, we are going to make sure these bodies get the treatment that they deserve, as in being desecrated. I do wonder if there's anything in those waters it could be. It is a sunken fortress, and it looks like there's supposed to be stairs here. Yep, here we go. Go down there once we come back up. Air first. Let's breathe. Down we go. We did it, and didn't even take any damage. Steel spur in the kettle. That's valuable. I can sell that. Fairly new Razer Kraken headphones. Pretty comfortable, I'd say. It can get a little bit tiresome after long periods of use, but it kind of goes for any headset. Play for more than a few hours. They're not designed to hold up that long. No one's really human beings are not designed to handle more than a few hours a day of gaming in general. That being somewhat discomfort, and the discomfort level is what at the end of the day makes this work, not just leisure. Playing this long for y'all's sake more than mine. Okay. Now, earlier I said that I wasn't going to use that fireball scroll until a certain later date. I haven't ever actually in all my playing of Skyrim been in here before, so might be able to make use of that sometime. There we go with one of those books that gives us a nice enchanting. Whoa, gas. Y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Seeing this beauty? Look at that. That just screams, put me on my head. On your head. Take that and do just that. Level up in a minute here. And get through all this, and then we'll take care of the level up. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, actually it does have a... I say that in sort of a mocking way, but look at that design. Attention to detail. It's actually really cool. I like that. It looks good on white. Elegant design. It is kind of redundant. You know, lighter colors usually go with elegant, so there's not a lot of contrast. It's very monolithic, so different people have different fashion styles. I think on the Dragonborn, it's not the best look, because he's already pretty physically consistent, and too much consistency gives you really nothing to look at in contrast. That sort of thing is always somewhat subjective, somewhat objective, in various different ways. Discussion for another time. Artistic objectivity in general. Because there is an element of that I think people forget about a lot. There is some things that are universal, and that's important to remember. Not because anyone's looking to detract from the preciousness of all of our uniqueness, but there are things that bind us all together too in that respect. There are some things that are universal or get objectivity, at least in the sense of like, though not everyone will see something some way, the majority of people. Well, at least we're leveling up our lockpick. There we go. There's some moaning behind this door, so I'm in here to help people. The bandit moaning. Wherever those people are, something's not going well for them. Where are they? You die already. I killed you once before. There's people around. We'll stealth around this corner. We also will deal with putting the classic Skyrim helmet back on. Love the look. Ah. I now know why those bandits were screaming. Let us rid the world of this nuisance. What? Way around. You're ready to jump her. Fully seen us yet. You can tell from the eye logo in the screen when it's all the way fully open, you're detected. And then when you stay crouched, it gradually closes. And once it's all the way closed, this means you've re-entered stealth. They have lost you. Given that's a video game, that also means they forget you exist. Not like, you don't get a bonus to discovering you now that they see you. A little unrealistic, but bad. So, just come around and try and find you. It doesn't look like there's a way for her to do that. Oh, I'm even supposed to her. Oh. Good question. Looks like our friends we want to help are behind that door. We gotta take care of this bad guy first. Oh. There's our bandit friend. Either here trying to do the exact same thing we were. Here trying to steal loot is another option. Or, perhaps they came to rescue a friend. No matter what, it is somewhat sad to see them have met that fate. Bandits are scum. Not as much as necromancers. Not as much as I enjoy killing you. Oh, there we go. A fitting end to blight on the world. Necromancers will never learn. That being said, you hope that somewhere, on some level, he was not wholeheartedly committed. The repose. Now, find our way through that door. Actually, first let's check, where was she going? Back for that door. Guessing this is a back entrance. Usually come the first time. Yep. Back entrance. So, no one to save behind that door, so it lets us know. Move on. I'm guessing that by now we have eliminated all of the potential opponents. Engine. There's some lavender. Might need that for sleep, for getting myself to go to sleep after this. Look, the shrine with 6 heads. More fitting imagery there. Number of imperfection. Origin of the number 666. Well, the origin is first, known from the Revelation, but numerology behind it is perfect imperfection. 3. Only need 2 sets of 6. Checks out. It's not like we just discovered the home of the Antichrist or anything, but bad dudes nonetheless. Alright, we are over encumbered. We're gonna need to pitch a few. Make it back to a place where we can sell this stuff. Can do. Give it to Barry. We're also gonna level up. Looks like finish this dungeon.
Let's get going. What do you need to take?
This stuff interesting. She wanted to just let me take her eater home. Couple things remember me. To be back somewhere we can sell stuff pretty soon, so no need to totally unencumbered. Oh, look at that. This was familiar, but it isn't. This is someplace. Or is it? No. How did we miss that? Did I miss it? Maybe? Could I be fired? Do I need to lose my job? I don't know how I did not catch that, but... Oh. There's that over there. Looks pretty run down. I think rock formation I want to check out, but then there's that fire over there. We're gonna go still stay on target and tracking that down. What a great video that was. Hope you'll consider checking out our various other accounts in the description below. We put out uplifting content 7 days a week. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. There's a lot more awesome content on the way. May you be there to see it. May God bless and keep you, and may we all live in eternal communion.